Alright, y'all, you got me, JC, aka Kangoo Kid, and we in the lab. Alright, y'all, today we gonna talk about my new song coming out. It's called Press Play, you know what I'm saying? And I'll give a little breakdown on that as usual, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about something I'm gonna get ready to go into doing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna need a little bit of help from you guys, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. And I'm gonna also break down a little master class for you, you know what I'm saying? And talk about this music industry. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started right into it, you know what I'm saying? Just like I always do. Alright, y'all, so Press Play. This song, man, it has a dynamic that would make you think about what you listen to, you know, and bottom line, you know, me as an artist, I'm out here doing it as honest as I can, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out here trying to hustle and do like this and do like that in order to get the music out there. I'm actually picking a pretty honest route, you know, and it take a little bit longer, but I don't have to worry about any flack that I would catch, you know, in the long run. You know, it's just perfect streamlining towards what I want to do. Secondarily, you know, like I say, it talks about you guys. Y'all are listening to people that tell you, hey, I'm bogus, I deal drugs in your neighborhood, I put your whole kids on drugs by listening to this song. And I mean, you know, y'all riding with your kids in the back seat most of the time. I mean, it's just like back in the day when we was coming up, man. We sat in the back seat with our parents, but they was listening to something a little more positive. It might have been baby making music, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it was way more positive than what we got our kids listening to in the backseat. You know, so anyway, you know, like I say, it's giving you a perspective of yourself, the listener. And then at the same time, you know what I'm saying, like I say, you guys are glorifying, I done did a video about this on Facebook, you know, you guys are glorifying the negative thing instead of the positive. Now, bottom line, if we could sit here and think about it, like what would we support? We talk about, you know, us as a culture, black folks. We be like, support black business and do this and do that, you know what I'm saying? And you got people out here that's actually doing their best to try and make something that we would get. But however, we would rather go support, I don't know, a company like Gucci that's making the blackface sweaters, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really care about that, that don't faze me. There's other companies that's doing it too. That don't faze me. I mean, first and foremost, I could never afford Gucci anyway. I could, but it wouldn't be smart for me to, you know what I'm saying? Because I had children, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, this song here, Press Play, is enough to make you think about yourself, you know, and what angle you coming from as the listener, you know what I'm saying? It is really our fault that certain people are doing so well in the business, and once they feel like they found their formula, then they're gonna stick to that formula until that formula no longer works. Bottom line, so I just want to put it out there to you guys, you know what I'm saying? You have to pay attention to what you guys are doing and what you all are listening to. Now, like I say, y'all don't press play, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is I'm starting this small movement called the Press Play movement. I'm not telling you guys this right now as to say, hey, look out for the movement. I'm just constantly trying to find a different way to throw subtle suggestions to you guys to tell you, hey, press play. And I mean, most of y'all, you know, you probably hip to, you know, psychology and how you make people, you know, dive into what you got going on, subliminal messaging and things like that. But bottom line, man, I mean, you know, it's just throwing it out there, press play. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the way you guys are told to do it is how you react to doing it. So if you got somebody being militant in your ear talking about push play, you ain't gonna dig that. Now, I wanna move into what I wanna start doing. I got a platform here called In the Lab, you know what I'm saying? And what I wanna be able to do, like any other laboratory, is dissect certain things. Now, what I wanna do, I wanna get content of particular artists, not artists that have made it, but more like underground artists or people that got a particular talent that's out here online, on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram, whatever the case may be. And you guys can start sending me different content. And what I'll do like a 5 to 8 minute segment dissecting this person's verse or song or whatever they did to this other beat or just their talent. And bottom line, man, I think that that's gonna, you know, really help this platform just explode out there. You get what I'm saying? And I mean, that's definitely what we wanna do. We wanna grow. You know, I wanna take the time to say thank you to everybody too that was in support of the No Ills Challenge, man. That was real dope. Everybody shared it and watched it, man. I mean, to me right now, that is my most highly watched video. And I mean, I'm grateful, you know. But back to that movement, like I said, certain artists out here that have talent and don't get the recognition that they deserve. Even me myself sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I have a talent and don't get the recognition I deserve. So we are gonna take this platform right here and we're gonna start dissecting different people's talent and see why they aren't making it, why they should make it, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I could tell somebody don't quit your day job or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's that. I wanna leave that there. Now we're gonna move into this music business here. You know, first off, I want y'all to think about something. 10 years ago, the music industry was making over $600 million, okay? And right now they're making $100 million. Now I wanna go back 10 years before the 10 years ago. They were probably grossing in $1 billion a year. And what I wanna say is something has happened. It has been a dynamic here that has happened, and I wanna talk about it. Several things. Right now, they want the artist to have his talent and also be selling merchandise and also be able to do this, that, and the third, you know, building his fan base and things like that. But suddenly somebody woke up and they said, hey, if I can do all this by myself, what do I need a record deal for? So that number one thing has started the record companies to losing money. Now, once they started losing money, it was just like a downhill thing. You know, it's a snowball effect with anything that happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually hoping that in the lab has a big snowball effect because this ball is rolling, you know, and I want it to get bigger and bigger. But like I say, the music industry, snowball effect. Now, I don't know what made them say to themselves, hey, you know what? Let's get guys that's doing it already all by themselves. Because like I say, if you look at the 10-year span, I don't know for sure if 20 years ago it was $1 billion industry, but what I am saying is, I just figure in my head it was more than what it is now. Second, merchandise is hard to sell in music. They probably got music stores right now that the shelves are so full on because they can't sell anything. Because MP3s, streaming sites, things like that have made it so that you don't want to go buy a CD. Vinyl, I think, is coming back, but that's gonna be hard for the general population to say, hey, we finna go buy vinyl and go get a record player. I don't think that's gonna happen because most people, the whole world, matter of fact, got a cell phone. And bottom line, everybody got access to YouTube, Spotify, things like that. So honestly, that has pulled some more revenue away from the music industry. And thirdly, you get what you pay for. So right now, instead of the music industry dumping a lot of money into an artist, where the artists would be like, man, they believe in me, and go out there and do the damnedest that they could in this industry. You get what I mean? Now, it's like, you know what? Like I say, I gotta do this all by myself. What do I need them for? So if I am looking for Sony to back me, there are several different deals that you could get, but the one that I would be most interested in is a single deal. And if I get a single out there with Sony backing that, and it makes some numbers, and make noise, I'm getting out of that as quick as I can because that was a single deal. They probably only gave me like $5,000 to put it out there, and then I'm getting my royalties. So what I'm saying is right now it's a business game. You get what I mean? And if you could analyze those numbers, that 600 million has now turned to 100 million from 10 years span. Where's that money going? I believe that the money still exists in somebody's lane, but is it in the independent artist pocket? Is it in the streaming network's pocket? You know, it's somewhere. And I'm just telling you guys right now, you need to do your investigation to find out what's going on, because honestly, you guys helped me make it and I hope you guys be entertained. So what I'm saying to you is, I already did my research. So that's why the press play movement is as big as it is right now. I've done a song called Press Play. I'm putting press play in everything. And I'm also putting search Kangoo Key. So definitely make sure you searching Kangoo Key. That's a big thing. All right, so y'all, this is JC, aka Kangoo Kid. I don't even think I gave that introduction in the beginning, but y'all should start getting familiar with this face. Y'all should be getting familiar with this setup, whole joint, you know what I'm saying? Because we are in the lab every single time. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Peace.